Hey y'all, today we're talking about how to boil eggs, but I wanted to share with y'all a quick little tip that I learned years ago from Chef Jacques Pepin. You know, you've put eggs in water to boil them before, and all of a sudden the egg busts and all of the egg white is on the outside of the egg while the egg is boiling. There's a little trick that chefs do. They take a little stick pin and they pierce a little hole in the egg right here before they put it in the water to boil. And what that hole does, it opens it up so that air can get in there, so it will prevent that busting of the egg, so that egg white is not cooking on the outside and busted up in the water as the egg is boiling. So let's go boil this egg, and I want to show you what we're going to do. So let's take the stick pin and we're going to pierce it. Just like that. Okay? So now let's go boil the egg. So we just want enough water in there to cover the egg. This is just regular old tap water in here. And I'm going to put it on the stove and I'm going to let it cook for about 10 to maybe 12 minutes, okay? And it just depends on how you like your eggs, how long you boil them. At about 9 minutes, you're going to get like a jammy egg, which is really what I really like. But I'm going to hard boil this one, but not hard boil it to the point to where you've seen the eggs where that green layer is going across the egg. That's when you've hard boiled it too much and the gas from the yolk starts to seep out. And I don't want it to get to that point. I just want to show you a perfectly boiled egg. So let's put that right there is what you call a rolling boil. You see how the water is rolling? It doesn't have to cook this violently, okay? So we can turn that down. I just wanted to show you what a rolling boil is, because sometimes you will see that and stuff. Bring your water to a rolling boil. That water is rolling. I just wanted to show you that. We're going to lower this temperature and let this egg kind of simmer a little bit. So now just take the egg out and put it either in ice water or this is really cold water. And that immediately stops the cooking. And then you can just crack it. Take it down in the water, crack it. And begin to peel. And if you run into a tough spot where you're trying to peel, just dunk it back in the water or run it under cool water. And it's basically this little membrane here that you're trying to not break, because the egg is still pretty hot, even though you got it in cold water or ice water. It's still hot, so. But the shell is coming off easily. Okay. Now you actually also could cut this in the shell if you wanted to. If you just wanted to cut it open, you could cut it in the shell too. I've seen people do that before, but I kind of like peeling my eggs actually. It's just easy to do. And in the other video, I talk about the fresher eggs being harder to peel than the older eggs. The older eggs are easier to peel. See, that's that little membrane right there. You see it? Trying to get it so I can show it to you. See, there it is right there. See that right there? That right there? Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. That right there. You see that? That's what you're trying to get off. Now let's cut it. Perfectly boiled egg. Okay? Now, if you let your eggs sit in that hot water boiling too long, what happens is this starts to turn green. And all of that is, it doesn't mean that the egg is not any good. It's just gas is being released from the egg, and it's going to turn that green. Because you can see it's still smoking, right? It's still smoking because it's still hot, even though I've had it in cold water. But that is a perfectly boiled egg. And it took 10 to 12 minutes. If you want it jammy, which is like kind of looking kind of undone, but still firm, that's about 8 to 9 minutes. 10 to 12 minutes will make it perfect like this. Any longer than that, you're going to start to see that green gas release come around there. So that's how you do a boiled egg, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed this. You remember, I'm here to give you basic tips for the beginner cook in the kitchen. This is Val Taylor. I'm ready to eat this egg, baby. Y'all go out and make it a great day.